Hello everybody, welcome back to UDI Visual Academy for Engineering, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the VLOOKUP function. So let's imagine that you have a table, a product inventory table, okay, in which you store your product IDs, your product name, the category, price, and quantity in stock for each product, okay. Now you want to make a function. Whenever you give the function any product ID, you want the function to return to you the price for each product, okay? Or return to you the quantity in stock for each product, or return to you which category they're in, okay? Or basically return to you the product name, okay? Now, the way to do this is, one of the ways to do this actually, is to use the VLOOKUP function, okay? So let me real quick show you guys how it's done. Let's imagine that we are looking up for 101, okay? The product ID 101, okay? So we'll use the VLOOKUP function, okay? We are looking up for the value of 101, okay? 101, or we're looking up for the value of cell A10, okay? And we're looking up for this value in this table here. So that's the table I'm going to select, okay? That's the table array that I'm going to select. This range is where I'm looking up for this value, okay? Now, I want to look up for the price for this product ID, okay? So I'll have to tell Axel that I want the price to be returned, okay? So the way I can do this is I can count which column this is in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in the column 4. So I'll just type in 4, okay? So I want the price to be returned, and in the end, I want an exact match, okay? I want an exact match to 101 product ID. So that's why I'll just say exact match, and I'll close this, and yeah, it returns the price for that product ID, okay? Now, if I change this, for example, if I change this to 103, now it returns 25, which is the price for product ID 103, okay? If I change this to 105, it returns 22. If I change this to 106, well, there's no 106 in that range that I've selected, so it's an NA, right? If I change this to 104, it returns 30, okay, $30. Let's say I also want to return the quantity, the quantity in stock, okay? So instead of saying the fourth column, okay, which is the price column, I can say the fifth column, which is the stock quantity column, okay? I can press that, and as you can see, for 104, I'm getting 200 in stock, okay? And let's try 105. I get 101, okay? So basically, that's what the VLOOKUP function does. Now, one very important thing that you need to understand is that you can only look up for values in the most left column of your table, okay? In the most left column of your selected range. So let's say that I'm looking up for widget A. If I come here and say widget, okay, A, it returns nothing, right? Because there's no widget A here in the first column, the first most left column, okay? There's none. If I write widget A here, yeah, then it returns the stock quantity for widget A, right? So one important thing about the VLOOKUP function is that it always, the value that you're looking up, this value that you're looking up, should always be in the most left column of your selected range or table, okay? So that's very important. That's very important. Now, let me show you guys one very cool thing you can do here in this example. You can actually turn this into a data validation cell, okay? So just select this cell and go into the data tab and click on data validation, all right? Now here, you want to turn this into a list, and you want these values. Click enter, and then click enter again, okay? So now you can just select, for example, 101, 102, 103, and it will return to you the quantities in stock. You can also do this for the price. Let's do the same for the price. You just need the same formula, okay? Come here So another the same formula. This time you are looking for the fourth column, which is the price column. Just put 4 in there, and you're getting the price too. Okay. And you can actually just name this just like a table. So you can say ID, and then you can say number in stock. Okay. And then you can say the price. Okay. Sorry for that. You can say the price, all right? And you can turn this into a table. So select all of it, press Control T. Yep, and this is a table now, right? Perfect, perfect. So this is one way of using the VLOOKUP. Now, I'll show you some other examples just to show you some errors that you might face with the VLOOKUP function, or a different method of using the VLOOKUP, okay? So let me come here, let me grab this, bring it down here, all right? And we'll use the VLOOKUP function again. This time, I want all the product IDs, okay? And next to them, I want all the stock quantities for each product IDs, okay? So these are my product IDs. I'll have the VLOOKUP function. Let me get rid of this so that I can show you how it's done. So we'll use the VLOOKUP function, okay? We're looking up for this value. We're looking up for the product ID, okay? And we're looking it up in this range or in this table array, okay? And we want Excel to return the quantity, for example, in stock, all right? Which is the 5th column, okay? Of this selected range, which is the 5th column. And we want an exact match. So we'll just type false, or instead of false, you can say 0. That works too. 1 is true and 0 is false, just so you know. So I'm gonna put false, which is an exact match. All right, and I'm gonna close this. And as you can see, for 105, I get 101 quantities in stock. Okay. Now I can just drop this down, okay, for all the other, sorry. Yep, I can drop this down. And the thing is, it doesn't work. It doesn't quite work well, right? And there's a reason for this. So let's just see why. Let's double click here. And as you can see, the selected range is moving down as this is moving down. Okay, so it's also moving down this one. So there are a couple of ways to solve this. The easiest one, and the one that you probably have thought of, is to just turn this into an absolute referencing to this range. Okay, you can do this by selecting this range. Okay, selecting this range and pressing F4 on your keyboard, right? And now you just drop this down, and it works well, right? Or it's perfect. But there's another way, and actually better way to solve this, a way that I like more. And that way is to turn this into a table, okay? This is not a table now. It's not a table, right? So Excel does not recognize this as a table. To turn this into a table, you can select your range, okay? And go to the Insert tab, okay? And then click on Table, right? You can also do this by selecting this and pressing Control T on your keyboard. And then you can turn this into a table. Now, I already have headers for my table. So I'm gonna click on this one. My table has headers. I'm gonna click OK, right? Why this is good is because now I have a table and I can name my table, okay? I can say product, okay, products, for example, products inventory, okay? Products inventory. All right, now here, instead of referring to a range, I can refer to my table easily. So when I select this, Excel automatically knows that this is the products inventory table. All right, and I press enter and I drop this down. As you can see, it works perfectly fine because now Excel is referring to that table. It knows this is the range for that table and nothing else. All right. Great. One more advantage that this has is whenever you add another column or another row, Excel automatically includes that in your table. Okay. All right. So this is one of the best ways to do this. One of the best ways um, to actually instead of absolutely referring to a range, you can turn them into a table, and you can use the table referencing, which is much better. Now let's turn this into a table too. I'll select this range, okay, and I'll press Control T on my keyboard. I'll say yes, my table has headers, and okay, sounds great. Uh, Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is the use of exact and approximate match. Okay, so here in this example, we used the exact match. Okay, but what happens if we use approximate match? And when is approximate match good to use, right? So let me real quick show you guys. Let's use this table here. Okay, so this is the quantity, let's say, and this is the comment. Okay, and actually, let me take this and put it here so that it doesn't mix up with our table. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to add another column to this table, commenting about the quantities in stock for each product. Okay, so I want to say if the quantity in stock is in between 0 to 55, I want to say it's very low in stock. Okay, if it's in between 55 to 100, I want to say it's low in stock. If it's above 100 and below 150, I want to say it's okay. If it's like 150 to 200, I want to say it's high in stock. And if it's 200 and higher, I want to say very high in stock. Okay, so that's what I want to do. Now, one of the ways to do this is to come here. Okay, use the VLOOKUP function again. Okay, and a lookup for the value. You're looking up for the stock quantity. You're looking up for this stock quantity. All right, and you're looking for this value up in this table array or in this range. Okay, and you want to return the second column of this selected range. Okay, so that's why I want to say the second column. Okay, and now we want to turn this into an approximate match, right? And I'll tell you why that is. Okay, and Excel automatically does this for us. It doesn't work quite well. I'll show you guys why. But now let's just take a look. An approximate match means that we're looking up for values here, like we're looking for 120. There's no 120 here. We're not looking for 120 exactly, but we are looking for the closest match to 120 here. Okay, that's what we're doing for an approximate match. So that's why in this context, using an approximate match is very, very helpful. All right, so it's just going to take a look at 120, and it knows that it falls in between the 100 and 150 range. So that's why it's going to give us an OK for that. Okay, it's going to return OK for that, as you see. All right, so now we see that it doesn't work sometimes, and that's because we are referring to this range relatively, okay, and which is not a good way, and I showed you why. What we can do again, we can turn this into a table, okay, and we can name the table. Now, Excel automatically names the tables, just says table 7, but I prefer to name the tables. So I'll say comment, for example, table. All right. So now when I'm referring to this table, I can just select table, press enter, and now it works perfectly fine. Okay. So as you can see, for 120, it returns OK. Okay, it's between 100 and 150, so it returns OK. For 75, it says low in stock because it's between 55 and 100. For 49, which is below 55, it returns very low in stock, very low in stock. Okay, for 200, it says very high in stock, right? For 101, it returns OK, right? So, like for example, if we change anything here, like let's say this is 345, now it says very high in stock. Okay, Or if I change this, for example, to 55, it says low in stock. If I change this to 0, it says very low in stock. Okay, so that's the usage of VLOOKUP. I hope it was beneficial. Many thanks. Bye.